Dear God, please send me an idiot.
Trump can be and must be expunged. The terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box. His supporters and his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society. Chase, at least for a moment, Trump and the maggots off the stage.
Welcome back, Keith. You were a mist. He's the time bomb that never stopped ticking. The hood ornament of Trump derangement. It's an odd success strategy. Display your madness and get clicks because people are curious about your tragic decline. And the worse you look, the more social media keeps you around, like a carnival clown in a dunking booth. Meanwhile, a mother of 7 auditioned for the Supreme Court. Badgered by low-information scold muffins, she came off cooler than a bowl of gazpacho atop an Igloo's air conditioner.
Do you agree with Justice Scalia's view that Roe was wrongly decided?
Again, I can't pre-commit or say, yes, I'm going in with some agenda, because I'm not. I don't have any agenda.
But you condemn white supremacy, correct?
Yes.
It strains originalism. If the clear wording of the Constitution establishes a right and you will not acknowledge it.
Well, Senator, it would strain the canons of conduct, which don't permit me to offer off-the-cuff reactions or any opinions outside of the judicial decision-making process.
I would not play poker with her or Yahtzee. She doesn't have ice water in her veins. She has Freon, unlike these bitter berators.
You were surrounded by a team of folks that helped prepare you for this nomination hearing.
I have yes.
But let me finish if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is Roe a super precedent?
How would you define super precedent?
I might have thought someday I'd be sitting in that chair. I'm not. I'm up here, so I'm asking you.
Okay, well, people use super precedent differently.
Poor Amy K. She's that high school mean girl who meets another girl also named Amy and takes it personal because she's more successful. I'm supposed to be in that chair, Amy, not you, Amy. Oh, go eat your salad with a comb. The high point of the low points?
Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator Hirono.
Glad we settled that. I'd call Hirono an idiot, but what if she self-identifies as a moron? I'd hate to offend Dick Durbin. So the left pretends that ACB is anti-female, but they end up trashing this independent female way worse than any old white man could. So are we sure they aren't evil white men in disguise? And so under the guise of equality, they ask ghoulish questions with your kids present, and we see the liberal lie of diversity. Oh, they will say, you go, girl, until you're not their girl. Then all those feminists light the torches. But in this era of the movable witch hunt, wherever the woke go, intolerance follows, including social media platforms, whose motto should be drown the witch, protect the mob. Take Yelp. If any restaurant is accused of racism, Yelp will now put out a public attention alert. Yep, Yelp just amplified smears in an effort to appear woke. So if some loser's mad you don't serve artisanal ice cubes, he can cite bigotry minus any proof, and Yelp will flag your cafe, which makes employees and customers a target for abuse. Yelp should change its name to Help, because they're going to need it. So should Hunter Biden, and he's getting it from social media platforms. The New York Post breaks a story allegedly showing the spoiled, hard-partying brat exploiting dad's connections. Of course, the story should be about verifying these emails from this laptop, but instead the story is about Twitter and Facebook smothering the story with a pillow. Twitter actually blocked the New York Post account. If you tried to tweet the article, it wouldn't show up. It disappeared like a racist restaurant. And Facebook also said it would reduce the story's distribution. How noble of them, considering all those countless BS stories they and their media pals pushed down our throats for 4 years. The Steele dossier, the collusion scam, the Fine People lie, Covington, Smollett, Kavanaugh, leaked tax returns, phony smears about Trump offspring. You can tweet Russian collusion, but not Hunter Biden. Now, I don't like that email story at all. I hate reading people's private moments. It's gross. But that doesn't matter anymore. Here's why. If you said the Steele dossier mattered because it compromised Trump in foreign policy, then you got to say the same thing here. And the story about Trump calling dead troops suckers and losers, that was lifted from a poorly verified private conversation. If that's okay, why not this? Facebook and Twitter weren't sticklers on that story. Fact is, the media would cite a non-sourced rumor about Trump eating orphans before you could sing Oliver. And now they're careful. You know, I used to think this anti-speech ideology would die once it left the campus. I mean, how could these brain-dead grads find jobs? But I was wrong. They found work everywhere. Yelp, Twitter, Facebook, Google, ESPN, Newsweek, Merriam-Webster, all zombies. Remember when the press told us that Trump was a threat to the press? No, it's the press that's a threat to the free press. Social media giants can erase stories they don't like while boosting the ones they love. All those wet bombshells. Why were they out there to begin with? They were always the stories that trended. The ones that took the top spaces at Google searches, or the ones repeated 5 times on Google's news page. They've been controlling all of this to control what you think or believe. So after years of smoking guns turning out to be smoldering nothings, here comes Hunter. I mean, this isn't a smoking gun, it's a smoking something. And no one in the media wants to take a puff. Are they finally trying to quit? No, it's just not their brand.
Period.